Do you want to show everyone your new mug?
Another thing that's going wrong in our lives is our washing machine broke.
Yeah, that's very annoying.
Not that anyone really cares.
Do you know what? This is where the UK is just shit.
But we are also a couple.
Are we?
Are we? Don't know anymore. We thought we'd talk about red flags in a relationship.
But now and then you do like just pay.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when did I pay for something
I
recently?
can't really remember. But
We know that's why you've clicked on this podcast.
Would you say it is a red flag if you're on a first date, a guy's taking you out, but he asks you to split the bill?
Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Couple of Coaches podcast with me, Emma, and with my co-host, Michael.
And Mr. Maxi Moo.
And Max is here with us on the sofa today.
Look, tail's wagging when he hears his name being
He'll
said.
probably move in a second, but
What if he stays at the whole podcast? That'd be quite
that
cool.
would be really cute if he sleeps there. That would be really cute.
Yeah,
He's very tired.
Do you want to show everyone your new mug?
Yeah, got a new mug for Mother's Day. Not from Mike. This is actually from Mike's niece, isn't it?
Oh, was it from her?
Yeah.
Oh, right, nice. Very nice one.
Dog mum. That is me with my
That is
coffee
you.
this morning.
Emma actually got me one as well. I was moaning about the size of the mugs,
Yeah.
and she got me a big one with a golf guy on it, and I don't even play golf anymore, so... One day.
Not my
Shut up,
problem.
mate. Nathan, by the way, I'll play golf for you. Mate, worst person ever to play golf with.
Well,
'Cause you never wanna
I
play
like to think
anymore.
I'm a good person to play
You're
golf
a good person
with.
to play golf with, but you just...
When you actually
When you
play.
actually get addicted to it again, that'd be good.
I'm a busy man. Very busy man.
Nathan gets like, so Nathan goes through phases. Like, it's like golf, it's cycling, now it's football. So when he gives up the football career and comes back to golf,
Well,
I'll be
football
there
season
and
finishes soon, and then once the football season's
You'll
finished,
be looking for a new hobby.
I'll be looking for something to do. I was thinking bike, but maybe golf is a bit more like we can play some evening ones.
We'll see.
I definitely want to play though. I definitely do. Keep looking at my golf clubs and be like, oh, I should play.
Yeah.
Plus, with Nicole and I've been going to the driving range, isn't she?
Well, yeah.
Like, she's decent.
just rubbing it in.
Yeah, sorry, mate. You can tag along with us if you want. Should we talk about football for the next
Emma's like,
half
this
an hour?
is my podcast.
I actually literally just went on my phone like, do you know what, I'm just going to zone out for a bit.
I'm going to go on Instagram.
So we had literally last podcast we were talking about how nice it was to have a nice dog walk in the sun. And then this morning we went out for a dog walk. It was pouring it down the whole time. I think that's why the dog's so knackered, because he was literally bolting around in the rain, weren't you?
Yeah. Do you know what? This is where the UK is just shit.
Yeah.
Like it's just shit. Like UK is so shit. Like from like October. I mean, October's not shit because it's my birthday, obviously, so that's all right.
And mine.
And yours. But like from like November like onwards, like obviously you get Christmas, so you get a bit distracted. But it's just shit. It's dark. It's gloomy. It's miserable.
It's so up and down.
It's just so shit until you get to like until you get to last week and it's like sunny and you feel good, and then this week it's raining again. So
Are there places where like, yeah, there obviously are places where like you just know what the weather's going to be like? Do you know what I mean?
I think some countries are more predictable. UK is terrible.
So
Like,
unpredictable.
I think like you go to like Spain, Italy, you kind of know what you're getting like most of the time.
But then again, there's been rain in Dubai a couple of times
yeah, I know,
recently.
but that's like it's almost a bit exciting because it doesn't really happen. But
Yeah.
you get more.
I'll tell you what, I was talking to someone the other day who lives in Dubai, and he was saying what they do is they basically...
Cloud seeding.
Yeah, cloud seeding, which I was like, what the hell's that? And he was explaining what it is. I'd Google it because I'm no scientist, but basically they put stuff in the sky to make it rain.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what happens is it then rains fucking hard, like really hard, but because it's got no drainage or like sewer system really, because of the... Like, there's nowhere for the water to go, so you just get these massive flash floods. I didn't know that
What,
at all.
so
No,
they
I knew
want
that.
that to happen?
Yeah,
They
because
want-
it doesn't really rain there.
It doesn't rain at all.
They do it for like a
But they
good
literally
reason.
flooded themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure they meant
Like
to do it
everywhere
that.
was flooded.
Well, I don't think everywhere was flooded. I think
My
that's
friend
probably,
was there.
probably a
She
bit
said it
more
was, like,
dramatised
flooded.
online. Because I saw people in Dubai and it was absolutely fine.
My friend went.
Maybe
and
in
said it
like
was
the
flooded.
old area where there'd be no,
I
but
mean,
in the
some
new
places
bit.
were fine, some places, but obviously massively flooded. But hey ho, it's better than England.
I'd be fuming if I went to Dubai and it rained.
I'd be loving it. I
I'd
love
be
the
If
rain.
you went there on a holiday, yeah.
So yeah, we got wet in the rain this morning. And another thing that's going wrong in our lives is our washing machine broke.
Yeah, that's very annoying.
Not that anyone really cares, but you don't really appreciate your washing machine until it breaks.
You don't
do
use
you?
it. You don't use ours anyway. So.
Shut up, yeah, I do. So me and Mike had a lovely little day out. I think we ticked
Well, it
off
was
one of
actually
our.
quite fun.
We had ticked off one of our little bucket list things. We went to a laundrette.
Yeah, I mean the sun was shining. It was like an episode of Friends in there. Didn't have a clue what we were doing.
Oh my God, literally, we turned up to this laundrette with 2 bin bags full of clothes, got in there, and we were like, oh my God, we don't have any washing liquid or
we just
conditioner.
assumed that it would be in there.
We just assumed it would be in there. So then we had to walk down the shops with these bin bags of clothes, looking like absolute tramps, buy the washing stuff, go back in. Couldn't even work out where to put the conditioner at one point. You did.
I did. When you left.
Put our washing in. Didn't know what setting to put it on. Didn't know how long it was going to take. Took like half an hour. I had to stand around waiting for the washing to be done.
It was all right. There was a few people coming in, say hello and that. Like, you right,
Yeah, like a few regulars.
The washing crew. We did realise that we had the wrong bags. They had like proper bags in there. But we realised most people come in to dry. Not many people were in there washing their clothes. Everyone was drying their clothes.
But that makes sense because not everyone has a wash dryer or just a tumble dryer.
Yeah. No, yeah, it makes sense.
Because like where the hell do you put a tumble dryer?
Do you know what? It's actually much better. Because the washing machines are so much fucking bigger. They're like 20 kg washing machines.
Yeah, so you can put quite
Whereas
a lot
ours
in
is like
there.
7, so you can put 3 loads in one, plus you can use 2. So technically you can do your whole week's wash in 30 minutes.
It was 2 per person machines.
Yeah, but then what's that? It was £8 each. It was £16. You could literally probably wash a whole week's worth of washing.
Yeah.
We're going back
there
today.
It was fine. Yeah, we're going back because our washing machine's still broke. And we've still got a wash in there that's just wet and we're can't get it out.
We're waiting for, whatever his name is. Is it Steve?
Yeah.
If you do watch his podcast, Steve, probably don't. Ian, your mate, that is. Your mate Steve hasn't replied. But yeah, we've got someone that I think is coming to look. Anyway, what else are we going to talk about? Oh, no, that's what we were going to talk about.
Yeah. So today we thought we'd have a bit of a change of subjects. We obviously talk a lot about fitness, health, which obviously that is what our podcast is mainly about. But we are also a couple.
Are we?
Are we? Don't know anymore. I always say to him, I feel like his flatmate. We are a couple.
Flatmate don't pay.
And we feel like we... This is just getting out of hand already. We feel like...
Going down the right path. Sorry,
oh my God, let me get my words out. We feel like we should talk about more relatable couple things. So today, we thought we'd talk about red flags in a relationship. Red or green flags, because sometimes it could be a green flag.
Could it?
I don't know.
I'm not very good with the whole flag situation. But
Yeah.
I've got a few.
So we're going to go through just some various red flags that we've come up with. We don't know what each other's are and just sort of discuss it.
Yeah.
Maybe have a few arguments.
Yeah.
We know that's what you want to hear.
Definitely going to
We know that why that's why you've clicked on this podcast. Do you want to go first or shall I go first?
I'll go first.
Go on then.
I mean, these are not like my red flags, by the way. I've just
No, they're just like ones that we've
generic
thought of.
ones that we've like thought of or found.
And we don't find them in
It's
each other
interesting. No,
yet.
no.
Some of them might.
Okay, so we'll make sure I like articulate it correctly. Would you say it is a red flag if you're on a first date, a guy's taking you out, but he asks you to split the bill?
I've seen people talk about this.
Well, have your own opinion.
Do you know what? I actually wouldn't be annoyed at the fact of splitting the bill. Like, if the splitting the bill thing wouldn't annoy me.
Yeah.
But it's more like, I'm assuming this guy's asked me out on a date.
You out.
Don't ask me out on a date and then expect me to pay half of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you're going to ask to take me out on a date, you can pay for it.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. I think it would be a bit of a red flag.
But if we were like, so say you were talking to someone and you were like, oh, should we meet up at the weekend? And they're like, yeah. And you're like, what should we do? And they're like, oh, should we go for dinner? Yeah, let's go for dinner. If you've mutually decided to like go out together, you can go split that bill. Like, why is it someone should split it more than the other?
Yeah.
But if if a man's literally been like, I want to take you out on a date, and you'd be like, okay, yeah. And then he's like, here's your half. Do you know what I mean? You'd be a bit fuming.
Yeah.
So I think it depends on the situation.
Yeah. No, well, I don't know. I wouldn't, if I ever went on a first date or most dates with you, I wouldn't want you to pay.
Yeah.
I just think that I know there's a lot of people that would say that's wrong, but I just feel a bit, is it demasculine?
But this is a standard you've set for the relationship.
Yeah,
Do
that's
you know what I
fine.
mean? Like, Yeah, exactly. So like when we started going out at the beginning, I don't know if I ever offered to pay. Did I ever
Well,
offer
no,
to pay?
because I paid for
But
you
you would
because I was
always,
taking you out.
yeah, you've kind of set that standard that like if we go out, you'll pay. I don't expect that from you.
No, but some you do, but now and then you do like just pay.
Yeah. Yeah. Like when did I pay for something
Well, I can't
recently?
really remember. But
I did. We went out somewhere and I paid for something,
yeah,
didn't
I
we?
just have to rattle my brain. No. No. Emma is actually quite good. Like I actually get embarrassed when she pays. Like I just think like I just get embarrassed. I just think like that waiter must think, oh, you fucking scumbag. But you do actually pay. I think the last time you paid was my birthday.
No, we went out recently and I paid for something. What was
I
it?
can't remember.
The Ivy.
Yeah, you did.
Most
Yeah.
of it was from a voucher.
Most of it was from a voucher, but she paid for the 20 quid left over.
It was £45 actually.
No.
That was what I paid for.
So back to the actual red flag.
Yeah.
Okay, scenario. I've offered to ask. We've been speaking on Instagram.
Yeah.
I've said, would you like to go out? I'd like to take you out for dinner.
Yeah, you're paying.
Yeah, we've got there and the waiter's come over. And how do you want to play? Oh, can we split that, please, mate?
Fuming.
That's a
Absolute
red flag,
fuming.
right? So that's a red flag.
Yeah.
Like, it's quite embarrassing.
Yeah.
You're going to message your friends after and say, oh my God, you aren't going to believe what you just did.
Yeah. But say we'd been on a couple of dates and like I said, we both mutually said, oh, should we go for dinner next week? I think splitting the bill there is absolutely fine.
But even if we did decide to go out and it got to paying the bill, we hadn't agreed on anything, and I said to the waiter, no, we'll split that. That must be a bit of an icky red flag.
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually, my skin's crawling thinking about that. I just think, like, I don't know. I understand, like, girls obviously want to be, what's the word? Independent. So it might be a bit disrespectful for a guy to pay the bill. I get that side of it. But I don't think I could ever say to a waiter, sit opposite a girl or sit opposite you and say, can you split that bill, please?
I bet
mate?
the waiter would be like, oh, inside,
I'd
wouldn't
just
they?
be like, I'd rather you just pay it or I just pay it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right, anyway, next one.
Next one. Right, let me do one. So, is it a red flag if your family don't like your partner?
But why don't they like I would say if my mum doesn't like the girl for reasons, then yeah, that's a bit of a red flag.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like a red flag of the girl?
Well, yeah, it'd be like a red flag. Like if my mum was like, Mike, I really don't like her. Like obviously there would have to be a reason. You can just be like, Mum, you don't like her because she's prettier than you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It has to be like a specific reason.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you've been flirting with my dad. I don't know. Something like that. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it is a bit of a red flag. Obviously, you want your family to like that person. It's like they say, like, if you're going to be a girl that you take home to your mum, like, your mum needs to like them.
Yeah.
Like, you did very well in that department.
Yeah.
I mean, you got chucked in the deep end in that department.
I did. Oh, my goodness.
I literally took you home and then left the room.
Yeah.
You got
No,
swarmed.
that's not it. You're acting like it was just your mum and dad sat in there and you left the room.
Oh, no, it was a family
His
party.
whole family, it was a family and friends party, and his whole family were just there. And
I was like,
I walked
right.
in like, hi, and he just
How'd you
went
teach your
somewhere.
kids to swim? Chuck them in the deep end. They're going to figure it out. How'd you teach a girl to get on with your family? Chuck her in the deep end.
I literally just stood in front of everyone. Everyone was just looking at me. I was like,
But then
"Hi."
everyone was quite welcome.
Yeah, then your mum went round and like said everyone. And then it was like, and your brother went, do you want a drink? I was like, yeah.
Get me out of here. Yeah, I'd say if my family didn't like the gal.
No, I do. I think it depends on the circumstances, but because like you could you could come, for example, you could come from like a very like reserved family, but you could be like that black sheep of the family that's a little bit wild, a little bit crazy, and you meet a girl that's sort of the same, then you bring her home and your family are a bit different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but then if you're like the black sheep of the family and you're a bit crazy, you probably don't give a shit what your family think. Anyway.
Yeah, true.
I mean,
So
it's quite funny how I met your dad.
Oh God,
you
were there.
She told her dad my name and was like, no, you told your dad that I played at a certain golf course, and he was like, oh, what's his name? And you'd said my name, and then he obviously didn't know because I wasn't exactly well known around a golf course. I was just kind of a bit of a newbie, and then I walked into the shop, and your dad was behind the counter with the the club pro, and then he obviously said my name when he signed me in, and then I walked out, and your dad was like, "That's the guy."
That's
And
the guy that my daughter
he can't walking out when I was on the first tee, and then introduce himself with his loudest crazy trousers because he was playing a charity day.
Oh god!
And I'm like, fuck me, don't watch me tee off on the first tee because I'm very bad.
Pressure.
And yeah, that was how I met your dad.
What did you say? He literally came out and was like, "You Michael Clark?"
Yeah, he said, "Are you Michael Day, right? You Michael Clark." You know
Cool,
what I mean?
he wasn't missing his chance.
Emma Harding's dad, and I was like, interesting, a bit awkward. But it was actually all right. It was all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, so I think we can agree it is a red flag because your family probably know you best, and they're probably quite a good judge of character, so they would probably know if they like someone or not.
I agree.
Okay, interesting.
Which one should I go for? I wrote down 5. Let's go for this one. Okay, so is it a red flag? So, okay, again, first date scenario.
Okay.
You're going out for dinner and he puts his phone on the table and faces it down. Is that a red flag? He's hiding his screen from you.
I feel like it is and it isn't. Because I feel like...
I mean, I do it now, so...
If I go somewhere and put my phone down, for me, I'm more thinking I don't want to be distracted by it.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, if you don't want to be distracted by your phone, put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
Don't have it out on the table.
I wouldn't say it's a red flag.
No.
Because
they could be trying to hide something.
What if they are? Yeah, but what? Trying to hide what? I mean,
a girl's
yes, they
name.
could be hot. They could be. Yeah, but I mean, yeah, I guess so. I wouldn't say it's a red flag personally. No, because I mean, I would do it as a distraction. I do it by habit anyway. I just do it anyway.
Put it down.
Yeah. And even if that person was texting someone, you're on a first fucking date.
So they have every right
she
to be.
should have a lines open. Do you know what I mean? Should have more than one line in the water.
Yeah.
You not agree? So if you're on a first date with someone, the chances are... I'm saying that. I was only talking to you. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, we moved quite quick.
Says.
We moved quite quick, though.
I mean, it was fucking lockdown. You couldn't do much.
You couldn't
anyway.
do much. We moved quite quick. But, I mean, the chances are if someone's on a first date, there's a chance that they may be talking to other people at the same time. And there's nothing wrong with that. You can't just talk to one person.
No.
If that date goes well and you go on to a second date, then probably it's time to cut the other people off. But
yeah.
first
you
date.
Weren't?
No, I wasn't.
Neither was I.
No, well done. I mean, you're
They
the
say.
only person that replied to the fire emoji. So
Yeah.
I would say that's not a red flag.
No, I would
really.
say it's not, but it could be.
It
If
could
they're
be,
trying to
yeah.
hide something. Because imagine if like you were just sat at dinner and their phone's like that and then you see like Becky calling him or something. Do you know what I mean?
that's
With
bit
a heart.
bad. With a heart.
Becky with a heart.
Becky with a
You'd be
heart
like,
calling. Uh-oh.
It's awkward.
Who's
It's just
Becky?
awkward,
Yeah,
isn't
it's my
it?
mum.
Yeah.
Why are you not answering it? Oh, I don't want to talk to her.
Okay. Next red flag. Is it a red flag if your girlfriend or boyfriend don't post you on their Instagram?
No. I don't think so. I mean, never. It depends.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends.
Don't. They
It depends on the nature of the social media.
Right.
Like my social media, I mean, I do post you on mine, not all the time, but it's a business page. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not going to go put in lovely pictures up there all the time.
So
it's
if
not really good for business. It's a bit odd.
No, but you do. I am on your Instagram.
Course
You
you are.
post me on there. So if you had a personal Instagram that had nothing to do with business, would you put me on there?
Yes. Yeah, I would.
Why?
Because you're my girlfriend. It's just part of it. It's
So it would
it's
be
supposed
a-
to be a highlight reel of your life. So pictures of you are going to be on there. I
So-
mean, I'm not going to post you all the time. I mean, but I would.
No.
I would
No,
post
this is
you.
like they don't post them at all.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a little bit odd.
Yeah, I think that's
it's
a red
But
flag.
at the same time, there was a study done, and it was couples who post each other less are more likely to stay together.
Yeah. No,
But I
I
don't know
don't mean
who
like
that study
all
was
the
done with.
time, like posting like all the time. I'm just saying like, say there's a couple and you go on their Instagram and the girl's not on there at all.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit. It's a little bit. Yeah, I'd say it's a bit of a red flag.
Like, why would you not
Like,
have
why
her
would
on?
you
If
not
she's a
want
big
to-
part of your life,
Yeah, no, I agree.
why would you like? You'd
agree.
have your mum on there,
Yeah.
or like your niece or nephew, or your
Yeah.
friends on there.
Yeah,
Why
I
not
reckon
your
people
girlfriend?
are very like No, there's no excuse really. I was going to say that people are very aesthetic with how they want their post, and it's a highlight reel, so it's got to be like every post has to be amazing. You're chasing like mega likes, and I guess a guy posting a picture of himself might get more likes, or a woman posting herself might get more likes. But yeah, it's a bit weird. I mean, if you're in a relationship and you love that person, then they would be on your Instagram if you are someone who posts like all the time. Like I've got some friends that hardly ever post. They probably post like once every 3 months. So the chance of them posting a picture of their partner might just be like a birthday or an anniversary, but they don't post a lot. If you're a person who posts daily or every other day, then there needs to be pictures of your partner on there.
Yeah.
As I say, it's a highlight reel of your life. So
Yeah.
your partner should be on there.
Yeah, so we agree that is a bit of a red flag.
It would be a red flag, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, so whilst we're on the posting side of things, would you say it's a red flag if you're dating someone and they have a extremely high following on social media? So we go on a date and I'm just a normal guy, but I've got like 100,000 followers. Quite an active social media. So, I mean, a lot of likes on my pictures.
But it's like, why? Like, is it a business account? Is it
I'll just say that he's just
a personal account.
Just a personal account.
He's literally snoring away. I don't know if you can
he's
hear
still
that.
There, which is cool.
I don't know. I guess you could see it as a bit of a compliment.
Yeah.
Because obviously, clearly, a lot of people like the look. If it's a personal account, clearly, obviously, a lot of people like the look of your boyfriend or your girlfriend.
Yeah.
So, could see it as a compliment. They can't. Is their Instagram public or private?
It's public.
Because if it's private, they have to accept all these followers.
Yeah, it's public.
If it's so you can't help how many people follow you.
Yeah,
I don't think that's a red flag.
No, I don't think it's a red flag. I've maybe how you got the followers, and I guess we said it's just personal, and why.
I mean, if I was like a OnlyFans girl and I had 100,000 followers, like.
Depends how much money you're paying. Yeah. I mean, if you're paying for every dinner out, then I mean, I'm signing up.
Yeah.
Well, no, I guess that doesn't really bother me. I'm not the jealous type, but I guess it does come down to kind of why you've got them followers and what you're using them for.
Yeah. Yeah. But I reckon take it as a compliment. If
I don't say that's a red flag.
Boys are following your girlfriend, she's clearly a fitty. Do you know what I mean?
A fitty, mate.
Keep her close.
How's them DMs going?
How them follows? Well, are just business accounts.
Yeah. I mean, we don't get any followers, so I think we're all right. There's no red flags.
I think when mine was a personal one, I literally had like 500 followers.
You've got more now.
Yeah, not a red flag. Break. I don't think. Okay. Is it a red flag if he has a lot of girlfriends, female friends, or she has a lot of male friends? I feel like we can't really have a proper opinion on this because neither of us do.
No, but it depends. Like, I mean, they're male friends. What's the history?
Yeah.
Have they all had a go? Or
something's got to have happened.
If they've all had a bit of a past with you, then I think it's a bit of a red flag. It's a little bit odd.
Yeah.
But if it was like, if they were generally like friends from young, I haven't got a problem with that.
No,
I don't think.
I feel like from a girl's perspective, it could be seen two different ways, because if they get along with girls really well, it means they have like a greater understanding of women.
Yeah.
And maybe they'd actually be a really good partner because they obviously are a friend to girls who obviously tell them their problems and stuff like that. Yeah. And he can obviously comfort them and stuff like that. So he could be he might be very emotionally...
available?
Available.
Yeah. It would be a little bit weird. It would be a little bit odd, actually. Like if your best mate was like a straight guy, a good-looking straight guy...
And I'd be like going to dinner with him.
You're going out with him all the time. Like, it would be, because you're not in that situation of having like a best friend who's a girl. You don't really understand it. Yeah. So I wouldn't say it's a red flag, but it'd be something that like you would obviously have to work on as a couple to kind of get through that. If it was a best friend who used to be a boyfriend who you'd slept with, I'd say that's a red flag because that history is never going away.
Do you know what I think I would hate? is like, say if I met you and you had like a really close female friend, and like when I met them, they were all like protective over you and all like really judging you and like stuff like that, and saying like if you hurt him, like that, I think I'd run. I'd run for the hills. That would actually make me.
What if I had a female best friend, and I said to her, she's my best friend. We've been friends since preschool. Like we did go through a phase where we kind of went with each other. We have slept with each other, but like we realised that we could only be friends. Like it didn't work. It ruined our friendship. You can never be friends after that. Nah. You can never be intimate. Nah. Or have feels. It's like Ross and Rachel. Yeah. You can't. He's a lobster. Nah. Yeah. You're my lobster. I gave you a card that said lobster. No. Okay, so we're saying could be a red flag. Could be a red flag, dependent on the history of the group, because I know there's loads of people that are kind of. It's not normally like one girl and like 4 guys are friends. It's normally like a group of girls and a group of guys and their friends. Like I've got like Matt, who used to Versa. He's got a couple of friends that are like girls. Do you know what I mean? But he's friends with their boyfriends, so they're kind of like a group. Yeah. Oh, so there's those people like that. I think that's absolutely fine. I think it's more of a red flag if the kind of person has had history with that person. But it does depend on the person. Like if you're a jealous person, you're never going to get on with that. I feel like depends on you. It's hard. It's more the sexual side of things. Yeah. Really? Yeah. Which brings me on to my next one. Uh-oh. Go on, hit me with it. So is it a red flag if you go on a date with someone who's slept with your best mate? Yes. Absolutely. So you don't know. I guess you didn't know, and your friend didn't know you were going on a date with this person, but then you find out that they had actually been with your friend years ago, which you probably would have known, but say you didn't. Is that then a red flag? Even if your friend was like, "Oh no, I don't have any feelings there, I don't really care," and then your friend's moved on, is that a red flag? Would you be able to ever get over that? I just think I wouldn't go ahead with it if I knew that they'd been with one of my friends. So you've done the first date, you really got on, and then you found out. Oh, yeah, nah, see you later. Nah. Yeah. It doesn't really bother me. Does it not? It does a little bit. Like I said to you, we discussed this one. But imagine like talking. It's more the banter. Yeah. Like if Sam had slept with you, I mean, it's just banter until I get on my deathbed. But I reckon I'd be 90 years old on my deathbed, and Sam would be like, I slept with Emma, mate. But imagine like speaking to Sam about it, knowing that he knows exactly what it's like. Also, do you know what I mean? That's so weird. Your dad listens to this podcast. Dad, just headphones. Put them in. Yeah. I just think be weird. It would be very, very. You don't want to be with someone that knows what it's like to be with someone that you know, even if it's not sexual, even if it's just like they went on a date. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. It depends, I guess, how raw it is. If it was like when you were younger, say like 16, 17, and then you're like 30, I think that doesn't really matter. Yeah. I think the closer the thing that happened with the person, the more raw it is. And I think when you're younger, I mean, all that stuff's a bit like, it's not as it is when you're older. Do you know what I mean? It's somewhat intimate when you're older. So yeah, I think can be and can't be again. Yeah. Anyway, we need to wrap up. Nathan, do you want to give one red flag? He's been waiting for his moment. Look at him. He's shot up. Yeah, he's like, all right, I've got a fruit for you here. Go on, give us something that you think could be a red flag.
My biggest red flag, I would say, and I was thinking about this.
Oh my God.
Is if someone's a hypocrite. If it's one rule for one and a different rule for someone else, that pisses me off. Yeah. Like, for example, all the red flags you've been talking about. Right, honestly, right. So, say if I had a partner and I had a friend that was a girl, but she didn't want me seeing them, but she's okay to see her friends that are boys. Yeah, no, it cannot be one rule for one rule for another. It has to be the same. It has to be equal. It has to be the same.
100%. Yeah.
That's a big one for me. Like, if you're a hypocrite, then I've got no interest.
No interest.
Personally.
Yeah.
Because then where does that line draw? Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, very true. So, like, say if I had a close guy friend and you had a close girlfriend, but I was like, you can't see her.
Yeah, or you kicked off a fuss about it. That's, for me, that's not cool. It cannot be one rule for one and one for
I feel like Mike's looking at me like I am a hypocrite and I'm a bit
But
scared.
that's not just that, for example, but it's for everything.
Everything,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no. It has to be, the rule has to be, that rule has to stand for both.
the both of
And
us.
also regarding like the paying, like it's a very contentious subject. For me, I would always pay or always offer to pay.
Yeah.
But if the girl was just very much, oh, yeah, whatever, you pay, and just dismissed it, that would, for me, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
If she offered and every time, I'm absolutely fine with that. But I would always say no. Every now and again, you can buy a coffee or whatever.
It's the offer.
It's the
The
offer. The
offer,
offer
you need
means
the offer.
the offer means everything. If you're not going to offer, then
No, you're
you
quite
can
good
get
with
in the
that.
bin.
Emma's always
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I'll transfer you some money," and I'm obviously like, "Obviously not."
Yeah,
But
obviously
it's like
not.
the offer does matter. Yeah, it's quite disrespectful if a girl.
Yeah, I
just
think it's the
dismisses-
disrespect.
Yeah.
misses
So
everything
say the
and
bill
it's like-
comes and you're like, he's like on one card and you're like, yeah, please. And the girl's just like,
Or
do you know what I
just-
mean?
Or
But
just,
it-
or
but-
just sits there on their phone.
Yeah.
Just like, you're paying, I don't
Yeah.
really care. Like,
But-
at least acknowledge the situation, say thank you.
That's another red flag, right? So I'll keep going.
I mean,
obviously-
we're going over
so
your time
it
in here, so
doesn't-
you keep speaking.
Oh, podcast, but it does it for me. So one other thing as well is, and this is this is a red flag, but it's not one you would get straight away. It's one you might pick up over a certain amount of time. So it's someone taking the other person for granted. So if that one person does a lot for that other person, and then eventually they just take it as normal,
Yeah,
that's not cool.
Yeah.
You
need
have to be
acknowledge what's being
appreciative.
done, yeah.
And I think if you have got someone, for example, in a relationship, a guy pays for everything, does a lot, the other person needs to do little things. Don't have to be cost effective or costly, but I feel like there has to be a bit
Need
of
to
give and take.
level it out.
yeah.
Exactly. There has to be some give and take.
Yeah.
So it is sort of like goes back to the, you can't be one rule for one. It has to be like equal. A relationship has to be equal. Obviously, everyone plays their role in relationships.
It's about playing
Yeah.
the roles, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
Not
And
all one
every
person doing
relationship
everything.
is different. There are nuances in every relationship. But I feel like you have to work as a team. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Agreed.
Awkward.
Good ending.
Yeah. No, those are some good red flags. So,
Yeah. Do you want to do your
am I a
thing?
red flag?
No, you're not a red flag.
Am
Am I a red flag? I've got the red behind me.
You have got the red behind you. That's why we went for the red, by the way, to go with the theme of red
Red flag.
flagging. Okay. Let me find it. Right. You have to be able to accept failure to get better.
Yeah.
Do you know who said that?
Who?
LeBron James.
Ron James. But that's true. You do have to accept.
You have to
failure get
accept
better.
failure to get better. Absolutely.
Agreed.
So Mike has to accept that he's a hypocrite to get better.
On that note.
On that note, we're about to have a fast off argument.
Nah,
So is
we're about
he-
to eat some chicken wings.
Are we friends?
Yeah, always.
Yeah, red flag friends.
Yeah, red flag.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Hope that was a bit of fun, and we'll see you in the next one.
See ya.
Bye bye.